You're live.
Hello, everybody. Happy Monday. Is it Monday? It's Monday. It's Monday. It's hard to tell. It's hard to tell when you're at home every single day. So, all right. Well, I am going to wait for some people to come in here. First of all, if this is your very first time here, do make sure that you click on the subscribe button and also the bell so you get notifications when we go live. Go live every single day. So there's all sorts of stuff that I talk about. You can go through old videos if you want to as well. But there's all sorts of stuff that we go over in here. Tonight, we're going to be going over how to, hey, Paige, Pinky, how we go over or how we tell our upline that we're choosing to go a different way. This, I feel like, is very, very necessary. First, I'm just going to go ahead and go into it. Good evening, Amanda. Robbie, aloha. Tell me, are you in Hawaii, Robbie? Marissa, good evening. Hello, ma'am. So the very first thing that I want to talk about is this is not from a place of malice, right? We're not trying to like upset anybody. We're not saying this like, man, I don't care about you, blah, blah, blah. We're not doing that at all, you guys. But we are in the interest of self-preservation. And that is okay. If someone else's way of building a business isn't working for you, don't quit the business, do it a different way. Okay, because not all business needs to be built the same honking way, you guys. Let me see here. Tony, hey. Sarah, this topic is a moot point to me since I'm invisible to my upline. I'm just here for the shenanigans. Tawny, hello. Lori, hey, Martha, hello. Deb, hey, Martha, hello. Robbie, no, Napa, California, from Hawaii. Oh, cool. Yeah, you guys, so really my suggestion, because it's kind of like, so everything that I do is a system, right? It's got to be a joke at this point that like literally everything I do is a system, all the way down to how I get my tea ready for a video. Like I am so broken down into systems, it's silly. But one of the systems, you guys, is that you need to, first of all, you need to gauge what they're saying to you and the energy that they're saying it from, okay? So there's a big difference between an upline saying to you, you have to do it my way. It's the only way to do it. I shun you if you don't do it my way, okay? So there's a big difference between that and then instead, Mike's going to play with Legos right now.
I'm putting Legos away.
Oh, he's putting them. Oh, there's a big difference.
There's a big difference, ma'am.
Fair.
Difference.
Fair.
I'll show you. Let me show you this.
Are you going to show us? So there's a big difference between that. Let me make my point real quick. So there's a big difference between that and between somebody that doesn't know another way to do it and is just saying, hey, here's how I built, right? There's a difference between somebody saying, I'm going to shun you if you don't build the way I build and you must do it or else you aren't on my, you're on my poop list.
Currently, my favorite Lego guy that Nora has here. Let's get him in there. It's an Egyptian. It's an Egyptian guy with like a Native American outfit. And then it's a mustache. And then he's a mustached Caucasian man.
Let me see him. I just see the back. Oh, he does look different.
We'll keep him out for you.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah, so he looks essentially a little bit like one of the village people. He could be a village person. There's nothing wrong with that. That's just what he is. Lisa, hi. Katie Lynn, this is a very important topic. Thank you. Of course. Danielle, yay, caught alive. Hello, hello. Sarah, that's why everyone needs you. The people that don't know you exist don't know there's another way. So yeah, they quit. Right. Yes. Katie Lynn, I love my upline, but their way has never worked for me. Luckily, I've recently been able to express myself about it because I was asked why I like you and your systems so much. Good. Sarah, tomorrow night, you should start earlier and show us your tea method. Sarah, let me make my point real quick, and then we'll go back to shenanigans. Yeah, that's pretty much how it goes. Let me make my point, and then we're going to talk about nothing for a while. So, what I would say, first of all, to the person that says, well, I shun you, and those people do exist, unfortunately, you guys. We're not going to act like they don't exist. And God bless them. They've got their own reasons for feeling the way they feel, whatever. But the thing is if they make you feel like you have to build the business only one way, and that is not sustainable for your own spirit, you guys, then it will not work for you. Okay. And you love Young Living, and your goal is to get oils in every home. And if their way isn't working for you, you need to be able to empower yourself to either just stop talking to them, because from what I hear, their whole way of doing things is to excommunicate members that don't do things their way. Well, here's the thing. Take the power back and excommunicate yourself. Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with saying like, hey, listen, I don't agree with you. Kick rocks. We don't need to talk. We don't need to be friends. I'm on one of your legs, and that's okay. But it doesn't, you don't need them for anything. They're not your boss. An upline does not equal a boss, right? Like we have to get super clear on what the heck an upline is. An upline is just somebody that got into the company before you did. Nothing else. Literally nothing else, right? Nothing else. Okay, so now, and I think that it's super rare. Let me also just say, I think that it's pretty stinking rare that somebody actually behaves like that. I don't think that there are that many people, but I've heard that there are some, but I don't think that there's that many people that actually do that. So for the other people that are more graceful, that are just like, hey, this is how I've done things, then what I would just say to them is, that's so awesome, and I'm really glad that that worked for you. It's not working for me, so I'm going to do this other thing. And then bob and weave with whatever they say. If they get upset about it, it's your business. It's not their business. It's not their business. Okay? So don't even worry about it. Darlene, I had someone tell me once they had to divorce their upline. I thought that was a perfect statement and it fit me. Sometimes that's the case, right? I'm blessed to be in the line, I guess, that I'm in, because I adore the people in my whatever thing, like family, my legs. I adore my legs. But I adore the people that are in my path. So like that I don't personally have that, but I do know that there are people out there. And the thing is, I always try to come at things from a place of positive intent, or assuming positive intent, assuming that they have positive intent. So even the person that says, I'm going to excommunicate you, I always assume that there's got to be some good reason behind it, or some sort of like they're trying to keep people safe or something like that behind it, in order to behave that way rather than just being that way. I try to understand it. And I think that at the bottom of everything, we're all trying to do the best we can with the hands we've been dealt, right? Like I really, truly believe that. So even if they're that way, I still feel like they're just trying to protect you from hurting yourself or wasting time on another way. And the reason that they would want to do that is because they haven't tried the other way. So they don't know. They don't know that it works. They don't know that it's the future of how we're going to be doing business. They don't know that yet. You are going to know that before they know that. And that's the thing. What they're preaching is what worked for them. But what worked for them was at a different time. Okay? And in business, there's a constant evolution. And the evolution is both outward, the evolution is in the landscape, is in the world, and the evolution is also in the mindsets of people involved, and the evolution is also a competition-based evolution, okay? So you've got all of these changing factors that are always happening. So something that worked for you 5 years ago may not be able to work anymore, right? Because it's not the same world. Now, in the system that I do, there's no way it can't work, because the way you bring in leads can be however you want to bring in leads. The system is how you nurture them into members, and that isn't going to change across the board. That will be the same forever and ever, amen. But the other people, they use this one thing to build their business, and a lot of times it's classes and stuff like that. Well, that changes. That does change, okay? Okay. What questions do you guys have? Because that's really it. I just wanted to make sure that it was addressed so you guys feel comfortable in any sort of conversation that you may potentially have to have. But really, so you guys can feel confident in making your own decisions, because that conversation may never, ever happen, and it may never, ever come up. But if you're confident enough to know what you're going to say if it ever comes up, you can actually move faster and with more efficiency than if you're thinking, what are they going to say? What if they say this? And da, 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 da. If you already know what your answer is going to be if they say this, you can move out. Does that make sense? All right, Robbie, I got my enroller upline to join. Go for gold with me. Heck yes, that's awesome. Sarah, it's funny. My Royal Crown Diamond built her business completely on the don't be salesy thing, but there are more people in Gold Getters and Go for Gold under that RCD than I would have thought given that. Yeah, I know who you're talking about. I know who you're talking about. Yeah. And that's just, and that means that they believe that. That means that they believe that, but the system didn't stand the test of time, is what it sounds like. Lisa, my upline got a bunch of us in Go for Gold. Oh, I love it. Sarah, I think people feel an obligation to their organizational team, much like some people do with biological families. I agree with that. But I also, even with my biological family, can tell them to kick rocks whenever necessary, right? Like whenever it seems like it's not serving the whole or not serving the collective, I can also let them know to kick rocks, or I just go silent, or I go silent. That may have happened recently. Lisa, I wish I got Go or Get Oiling from the beginning, or Go for Gold. I'm not sure. I'm going back. Oh, okay. Go for Gold. Going back through the modules to be sure my site and groups are at the optimal. Oh yeah, you're good. I'm sure. Amanda, in your member group, are you the only one who posts and shares educational material, or do you have other leaders who share in your group? There's many people that share in my member group. It's a member group. It's for everybody to talk. It's not just my stuff. Lisa, it was suggested to me to not get oiling or do my own lead group. I'm too red for that. Yeah, I hear you. You do you. You do you. Sarah, I think some are afraid of burning bridges. They won't have a place to turn if they need it. Going to search for a tribe rather than the one you fell into when you didn't know YL can be scary. That's true. I can understand that. Amanda, at what point or rank do you recommend your members start their own group? there's not a rank that I recommend that they start their own group. It's when they feel comfortable in doing so, and that can be different for everybody. So when they feel comfortable starting their own, then I think they should get out of the nest, but not a minute before that. If they're not comfortable until they're platinum, by golly, stay in the group until you're platinum. Katie Lynn, my upline is really wonderful, and I'm hoping to grow and lead by example and help my upline grow too. We're all in this together. Yes! The system they were taught and taught me just doesn't work anymore. That's it. That's it. And they'll be so glad to know about our stuff. You guys, we at this point have diamonds and crown diamonds and even corporate people echoing what Go for Gold is. Okay? I mean, shoot, look at Silverbound. Silverbound is literally created in the image of exactly what I had been teaching on the comp plan already. You guys, people are taking notice. People are paying attention. This is absolutely the future, okay? Lisa, in the new business, I'm new to the business, want to learn as much as possible and implement a system that works. Amen. So glad you found this so quickly. Sarah, since you know who it is, I also have issues with her outside her methodology of business building. So maybe that's why we're congregating with you. Yes, I understand that. Katie Lynn, I already got them to Go for Gold. Yes! Lisa, praying for the Dream 20. Can't wait for my builders to be on board. That Dream 20 thing, man, you guys, Dream 20 is a big deal. Dream 20, whenever you're literally thinking and praying over the individuals that you want to be on your team and waiting for them to be on your team and remembering, right? Do some conscious language, them being on your team. That's good stuff. Really, really good stuff. Amanda, do your members add their members to your group and their group? You walked in and out with a plate.
Doing the dishes.
Mike's doing the dishes. My hair is all goofy back here. Anyway, do your members add their members? Yeah, they add them. Basically, you kind of roll with it and see how much a new member wants. Everybody's different. They typically end up in my group, and then also my builders have their own member groups as well. A lot of people end up in my group, but some of them don't, right? Some of them just end up in the builders group, which is essentially kind of like the same material that goes through, but it's them taking authority, which they should. So, Sarah, you have a yellow heart, but your red works for you. I'm too yellow to tell people to kick rocks. Well, I just get quiet. When it's my family, I usually just get quiet. I tell Mike what I want to tell them, and then I don't actually say it to them. I just don't say anything. Right, Mike? That's how it goes.
Yeah, and then I say real terrible stuff.
And then he says terrible things. And then Mike's like, "You want me to text him?" I'm like, "No, you don't need to. To text him."
Well, what I do is I write a very pointed note, which may or may not contain profanity, and then I get ready, and then I paste it into Messenger, and then I don't send it, and I delete it. I write back, but I don't send it to him.
There we go.
It makes me feel much better.
He writes the message back, and then he doesn't send it. So.
And then I delete it.
And then he deletes it. Yeah. We just had a whole thing happen recently. I'm not going to get into it, but we had it was a whole thing regarding me not moving my mom. But anyway, I mean, who really thinks that an 80-year-old woman should be moved in the middle of this stuff? Who really believes that? That's crazy. How many groups do you have for your members? I only have the 3. So if they're builders, they're in all 3. And if they're just like members, then they're in 1 and maybe 2. So, all right. What questions do you guys have aside from like the go for gold stuff? Because you can ask the go for gold stuff in the group. That's probably better because people in here would be like, what are you talking about? But like what other questions do you guys have about reaching out to your upline? Sarah, if uplines are acting like this, they need to chat with Mary. I've heard people quitting the business because they didn't want to be part of a certain person, several level ups, paycheck, worst reason to leave. Yes. Yes, that is the worst reason ever to leave, to not want to support somebody else's paycheck. Wow. That's terrible leadership. That's really, really bad leadership. That's crazy. Yeah. Yikes. Yikes. Okay. Well, I think let's go ahead and get out of here. You guys have an awesome night. I will see you again tomorrow. And yeah, that's it.
All right.
Over and out.
Ending the stream.
Ending stream.
Ending stream. Prepare to end the stream.
Prepare to end the stream.